Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Brad Willis, and I am one of the full-time faculty members here at the University of West Alabama, and I am the lead faculty member for CO 500 Professional Orientation. And I wanted to take a minute, first of all, to welcome you to the class, but I also wanted to take just a minute to talk to you about why we approach this class the way we do. I think it's really important, and I really would like you to watch this video till the end. I'll try to make it as brief as I can. But I think I think I'd like to take a minute and sort of lay out for you why we approach the course the way we do. This course is heavily focused on APA style and writing and APA formatting, and which for new graduate students, particularly if you've been in a program, if you graduated with an undergraduate degree, like for example, say like in English, you may be completely unfamiliar with APA style. So APA style is the writing style of psychology, counseling, and various professions. That's the writing style that we use. It has a particular way to make paragraphs, a particular way to cite sources, a particular way to do references, things of that nature. We're making videos on each of those and talking through some of these larger writing and formatting issues. And in this class in particular, we are focused on almost sort of a boot camp mentality about making sure that by the time you get out of this class, your writing and your APA style will be on point. And so I'd like to talk very briefly about our philosophy behind that. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you is that as a professional, when you graduate from this program, and even now as a graduate student, as a professional, you are constantly being judged and evaluated. That's life. And by the way, that's not necessarily great. I wish it were not that way. I wish we could all just sort of see each other's, heart and right things of that nature. But like for like as maybe a silly example, but like before I made this video, I was in a t-shirt, so because I'm just working, right? But now I'm going to make a video, other people are going to see it. Maybe I'll put on a shirt that has a collar. Maybe I'll shave. Why do I do that? Because if I showed up for this video, right, about professionalism, and I'm wearing a PlayStation t-shirt and a couple of days worth of growth here on the face, you would think, he doesn't look very professional, right? You would be evaluating me, you'd be judging me. And you and I both know that's just the way life is. And so as you go through this program, you're going to be evaluated, but on your writing ability, right? And it's not just about your content, it's not just about your intelligence, it's about your ability to communicate that in a way that aligns with our expectations for APA style. And as a professional, you're going to have these same experiences when you become a professional counselor, whether that's in the clinical mental health side of things or whether that's on the school side of things. Whichever of those areas you work in, you're going to be writing case notes, you're going to be writing documents that other people are going to read. And if your writing is not on point, if you're presenting that in a way that's not really up to quality standards, people are going to judge you, right? And so the reason we focus so much on APA style in this class is because I use this analogy of a bicycle. It's like riding a bicycle. And once you learn how to do it correctly, you never forget. I hadn't ridden a bicycle in decades, but if I got on one today, bless my heart, I think I could do it, right? You just don't forget. And it's the same thing with APA style and APA formatting. And so I've known students who've sort of been resistant to this idea, and we see them through 2 or 3 years of graduate school. And when they graduate, their professors are still saying to them things like, your citations are not right. This is not how you do a form or a reference, right? And so our focus on this particular part of the course is about helping you gain professionalism as a writer, because the graduate degree is a writing degree, particularly online. You are going to write something every week, right? And so we have strict standards. So what that means is a student could spend tens of hours working on an assignment or a document for a course, turn it in, and not do very well on that assignment because of the way they have formatted their paper, the way they wrote their paper. And so that student may get really frustrated and say, well, I had really great ideas. Well, yes, you did, but you didn't communicate them well at all. And part of the expectation in the program is that you can communicate your ideas well and that you can format it, like we want. So that's a little bit of a rationale for why we are engaging the course in the way that we are. We're going to really push you in CO 500, professional orientation. We're going to really push you to tighten up your APA style. And even if you graduated from an undergraduate program that was in psychology or something, and you had you've got pretty decent APA style, I'm going to be pointing things out because I want you to be not good at APA style. I want you to be elite. That is my expectation for each of you. I know that each of you can do it. You just have to put your mind to it. So I want to mention two sources here as we close. You are going to be required to buy the APA Style Guide, 7th edition. You're going to be required to buy that. Go ahead and buy it now. Make it your friend. Color code it. It should, by the time you graduate, your APA manual should be in tatters. All right. Really, really own that document. The second thing that you might want to get, and this is an optional, right? The second thing that you might want to get is related to if you come into the program and you've got some grammatical issues, some writing issues. And by the way, I was a terrible writer when I started graduate school. And so I had to struggle through this. My brother-in-law, who's one of my best friends, has several graduate degrees, and he started his graduate degree or graduate career really legitimately. I mean, he didn't know how to write at all. And one of the books that he got that he and I talk about a lot is a book called the Nitty Gritty Grammar Book. It's thin and it's not one of these books that's like over the top in terms of its details and you feel like you're carrying around one of those old encyclopedias. It's a thin little volume that can tighten up your grammar and writing and all of those things. So if you come into the program with where you feel like, wow, I wish I could write a little bit better, the Nitty Gritty Grammar Book, you could get it on Amazon for fairly cheap. That should be a resource that you use because again, grammar, just like APA style, once you get how to, like there, and there, and to, and doing like subject verb agreement and learning where to use a comma. Once you get those things, they almost never leave. So the cool part is all of the work that you put into all of this now is going to save you hours and hours of stress and tension later on in the program. The last thing I'll mention is there is a free internet source that you can use called Grammarly.com. We're not paid by them. This is not a paid advertisement for them. I have just noted that I have had a number of students in the past who, when they go to write their discussion, even they'll put it in a Word document and they'll run it through Grammarly.com, and it points out lots of little errors that you can learn from and fix before you submit it. So that's another resource for you. There are tons of videos in this area, right? So I want you to go watch every single one of them and get your APA style guide, and we're going to get to work. And always, by the way, as always, we appreciate you. We respect you. We are here for one purpose only, and that's to make you successful in your professional career. So if you ever have questions or if you need some additional support in this area, please do not hesitate to reach out to us and let us know. We want to help you. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.